Welcome back to the channel. This is Unfiltered Forex with me, Clement, and today I will talk about components of a good trading system. Yeah, this is a video that has been requested for a while now. We have gotten many requests. So let's just begin. Components of a good trading system. The first one, entry model. Have a well-defined criteria for entries. This is, of course, will come from your trading strategy, whether you're using SMT, SMC, or ICT, or whatever funny thing you're using, or even if you're trading chart patterns, you need an entry model for your trades. Yeah, and different trading strategies, they have different entry models. Then the next one, exit model. Yeah, of course, if you have an entry model, you need an exit model. An exit model is what's going to give you the criteria for exiting a trade. If you are the type that you are only exiting a trade when the take profit hits, that's okay. If you are the type that you're exiting the trade at a time or at a certain event, yeah, that's okay also. But you should have that clearly defined exit model, not just getting out when you feel like. You have to have a certain set of market conditions that you are waiting for to exit the trade. Having an exit model also is what's going to prevent you from holding trades forever. Sometimes price consolidates too much at your entry. That doesn't mean you're going to hold a trade forever. No, of course you need an exit model to tell you when it's time to get out. Well-defined KPIs. KPIs are key performance indicators. So KPIs are, yeah, as the name says, they are performance indicators, and measuring just the number of wins versus number of losses is not enough to tell you if you are doing good. You need to measure your progress. As you can go deeper and analyze your progress as a win ratio, like the percentage of winning trades compared to all trades taken. Then compare your average risk reward ratio. That's another ratio you need to have. Also compare your appropriate entry times, which entry times are getting better entries, which time frames are giving you better entries, which entry models are better than the others. Those are the KPIs we're talking about. Average gains per trade, average loss per trade. Yeah, they're very important in for you to have a good trading system. Let's move on. Trade management. These are criteria for what you're going to do while in the trade. Being in a trade is not as simple as waiting for either the take profit or the stop loss to be hit, because that might mean, one, you might have to wait for a very long time past your trading hours. We'll get to that soon. And also, you might have a situation whereby your trade was so close to hitting take profit, but it came back and took you out at your stop loss. It's very common and it's quite normal. So you should have a criteria for trade managing a trade while you're in it. Criteria for moving yourself to break even, like after an hour or two, or if your risk rewards moves to 2 or to 5, depending on what the overall is, you should move your stop loss to break even. Criteria for moving your stop loss further in profit. This is where you decide to use a trailing stop loss. It depends. Trailing stop loss is usually useful when you are you are holding a trade for quite a while. Like if you're swing trading, yeah, it's important to have a trailing stop loss, and it's important to set a criteria for having that trailing stop loss. Also, you need a criteria for taking partial profits, because as you go in a trade, like as we talked about earlier, to prevent the situation whereby your your trade was very close to hitting take profit, but now something happened and it reversed completely to take you out at a loss or maybe at break even. Yeah, to prevent that, you should have a criteria for taking partial profits. I cannot say, let me just give an example. For example, um, you can set an allowance for taking profit. Like if your trade was catching 200 pips, right? 200 pips, and your trade is 198 pips in profits. You can set an allowance of 5 pips such that if you happen to be in the market while your trade is 5 pips away from your take profits, is okay. It's okay. It should be okay to close that trade because the remaining 2 or 3 pips shouldn't make a significant difference in the long run, right? Yeah, let's move on. Time. Yeah, this is the final one. Time. Your time frame. A good trading system has a well-defined time time frames and time sessions that you're going to trade. For example, I only trade okay when I'm making intraday trades, I only trade the hourly time frame. Yeah, I make my entries at the top of the hour and I try and make sure my exits are also at the top of the hour. Probably so within the holding time is going to be probably like 2 or 3 hours and then I'm out. So that's a well-defined trading system, an example of a well-defined trading system. Also, time frame, if you a swing trader, of course, you're going to use bigger time frames, daily, monthly, H4. And then, of course, if you're a scalper, you're going to have to use the smaller time frames, like minute time frame, M15, M5. Yeah, and it's very okay. Just have a well-defined time frame that you are trading. Also on time, have a well-defined session you're trading. Like um there are 4 5 sessions I think. Yeah, Sydney session, Tokyo session, London session, and then New York. I think there's one I've forgotten, but it's okay. So there are these trading sessions, and you need to know them, and you need to plan your trading. Your trading system should have a specific time session that you're trading. You can trade 2 sessions, that's okay. You can trade all of them, that's okay. But know exactly what you're doing in the market. Know exactly when you are supposed to be in the market. Also, if you're trading the New York session, for example, you should make sure your trades do not spill over into the Tokyo session because that's the one that follows. Such that by the time the New York session is ending, you have your trading system is well defined enough that you have a criteria for exiting if you only trade the New York session, exiting the trade before the New York session ends, of course. So that's it for this video. I didn't have much to say, and honestly, it's really that simple. Components of a good trading system, the entry model, exit model, well defined performance indicators, trade management rules, and then time. So that's it for this video. I'm going to meet you in the next one.